The Daft Hour, Daft Hour, Daft Hour. It's the Daft Hour. It's the Daft Hour.
Oh, welcome to the Daft Hour with me, Bambi.
And me, Morgan Fantastic.
Well, the whole fantastic thing's a little kind of previous, isn't it? Like,
It's
really?
not.
Really?
Are you telling me nothing's fantastic right now?
I'm saying Morgan isn't.
I'm always fantastic. That's why it's in my name.
Right,
I'm actually
okay.
Morgan Fantastic, so I'm more than fantastic.
More than. Not
Yeah,
Morgan.
if you say no, it's Morgan, but if you say it quick, it sounds like more than fantastic.
Morgan Fantastic.
I'm more than fantastic. I exceed fantastic. That's how good I am.
You exceed phantasm.
Yeah, and
Previous.
orgasm.
Yeah. All of the
Hey,
above is true.
I'm
You
nothing
proceed
but-
orgasm.
Yeah, I proceed it. Yeah, I'm that guilty stage afterwards. You know, where you feel slight doubt and you wonder what has just happened, why it's happened, and do I regret it or do I not? I'm not sure.
You're mistaken. That's what your partner feels.
Have you ever felt teary afterwards? Like
No.
some
No.
sort of shame, like I shouldn't really have done that, and I don't know why.
No.
It's natural.
No, not at all, mate.
Is that just me?
That's just you. I think you've been doing it wrong.
I have. Do you know why I've been doing it wrong?
You haven't been doing it. You're on your own, aren't you?
There's no one there.
Well, welcome to the Daft Hour Show 2.
Are we recording?
Yeah, sorry. We fill your ears full of tales of war.
Sperm.
Tales of Sperm War. That's the new album.
Tales of Sperm War featuring Morgan Fantastic.
And Plush Goulash. I'm getting a link in there, and that's what's
Oh.
playing underneath.
No, you can't. I'm sorry.
Why?
But because every time I've had some sort of musical exploit in the past, you've come
Yeah.
along and ruined it for me.
No, we ruined one song.
Yeah, and you promised me all sorts of magical delights, and you ruined it.
Look, you took part in it.
I do like this song in the background, though. It's nice.
This is called Splat.
Well, that fits in with the theme earlier in the show, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was actually the original name.
What? Tales of War and Sperm.
No, it was just Come Splat it was.
All right. Yeah.
And then to obviously not offend, we changed it to just Splat. But then, I don't know, it wasn't not to offend, it just felt better.
Okay, that's fine. It's a lovely track. I do
Do you
like.
know why
these-
it's lovely? Because
I
we're
like
not
these-
singing.
Yeah, I think I prefer your instrumental numbers. And I also like. I think one of my favourite songs you've done is "Big Gay Water Fight." That's a really nice song as well.
That one has many, many tens of thousands of downloads, even maybe hundreds of thousands.
Well, then you silly buggers, you should have put it on a platform where you make some money from it.
But if you did that, we probably wouldn't have had so many listen. People are reluctant to pay for anything, aren't they? Like if you listen to
Well, if you put it on YouTube,
exactly,
you can listen on there, but then you would have got ad revenue after so many clicks.
it is on YouTube, but not under our name. It's under everyone else's name that's used it.
Then you've done it all wrong, haven't you?
It appears so. I've got a new toy, by the way. Got a touchscreen monitor.
Oh,
How
you didn't let me.
excited am I?
I'm happy for you, but you didn't let me guess what toy it was. I thought
Yeah,
that's
because
what
what were you going to
playing.
guess? What were you going to guess?
A dildo.
You were, exactly, and that's why I cut you off. We've already had a filthy start to this show.
It was 100% a dildo.
The
To be
Daft
honest,
Hour, 100% dildo.
that's the potential name of the show. 100% a dildo.
You're listening to the Daft Hour, where soup is queen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, so, speaking of which, we didn't name last week's show. What did you go
we
with?
forgot. We forgot. The only suggestion we had was pigeon content.
Pigeon
So I think the name of the show was Pigeon Content.
content. So that was last week's show, was pigeon content. And this week's we've got already going for us is, what did we just say?
100%.
100%
I
dildo.
generally forgot. Oh, 100% a dildo, yeah. Oh, 100% dildo.
Just 100% dildo. Yeah, it
100%
reads
dildo.
better.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That's a possibility, but we've got a whole show ahead, Bambi. There could be potential.
We've peaked with
names of the
100% dildo. That's it. We might as well stop now.
We're always going to peak too early.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to the Daft Hour, listeners.
Welcome to the Daft Hour.
Thank you for tuning in and listening to us on whatever podcast you're listening to.
Whatever podcast, it's the Daft Hour.
Or podcast app, I meant. Like whatever you choose.
Platform.
Whatever platform you've chosen to listen to us. We appreciate it and we welcome you here in this time of Daft
time. We're going to be available on LimeWire, Napster.
No.
We will be available on vinyl. You can download a vinyl copy of the show.
We might one day be available on vinyl.
8-track will be available on 8-track.
BitTrack.
Scalextrics
track.
We'll be all over that thing.
The A19. We'll be everywhere.
Right. What have you been up to anyway?
Oh, I thought you were going to play something there.
No, sorry, I haven't got a theme for everything.
Oh, okay. And maybe before the show, should ask you what you have a theme for and what you don't. And the thing is, now you got this new touchscreen device. Like anything.
Oh, that's it.
Anything could happen.
It could be fart noises. Oh, do you know what? Actually, before you do it, I'm going to show off this touch. I'm using a thing called Jingle Palette.
Ooh.
And
that's what I get after I've had too much Christmas food.
It has forget it. It has preloaded palettes of silly noises, and I've managed to delete everything, so it doesn't matter. I can't show off. So let's go back. What have you been up to?
I was going to say before we get that, we're going to become one of those like radio shows like Alan Partridge-esque where they just play random noises here, there, and everywhere. But that's fine. Yeah, what have I been doing? Well, I haven't been doing much, Bambi. We're still in the middle of a bit of a silly world, so not much has happened in the space of a week, to be perfectly honest with you. But two things have happened. I've discovered that I'm going to be toothless for 2 months.
Toothless for 2 months?
And I've also realised that I've quite enjoyed comparing snails and ranking them in order of sexiness.
Sorry.
And that's all I've been doing.
That is all you've been doing.
So you might as well move on and just don't need me to elaborate on either.
Okay then. Right. Well.
Do you want me to elaborate?
No. That's it. We're moving on.
Okay. I was going to.
All right. No, don't care. Please tell me what you've been up to.
That's genuinely it.
No, but elaborate. Sorry.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to be toothless for 2 months, Bambi. Just one tooth, though.
All right. So that's not toothless. That's without tooth.
Yeah,
not without teeth.
Basically, I went to the dentist recently, and they've discovered I've got a baby tooth still from when I was a baby, and it's just not fell out. And when they've done the X-rays and what have you, there's no tooth to come through the other end, so it's just there. But it's basically it's going a bit off. All right, it's not very nice. It's not very pleasant. So I'm getting it removed, but I thought they were removing it and then replacing it straight away. They're not. They have to remove it, let the gum settle for 2 months, and then they're going to replace it. And I only found out this information yesterday. So next month in April, I'm going in for the removal. Yeah. And I'm going to be without said tooth for 2 months. But it is right on the smile line. So it's going to be...
Oh, well, it's a good job you don't smile, isn't it?
It's a good job that I don't like to smile because I don't enjoy it. It pains me.
Just replace it with an unchewed chewing gum.
I was thinking of wine gum.
A black one.
No, I'll just have different colours each day depending on my mood.
That's so gangster. I like it.
Yeah, it's very rapperish, isn't it? They're like putting gum shields on and what have you. So I'm going wine gum shield.
Well, you do it your way.
But yeah, so if you see me and you think I look like a smackhead, don't worry. I'm not a smackhead. There's a medical reason, but I also may be a smackhead at the time. I can't predict the future, Bambi.
That's politically incorrect. It's heroin addict.
Oh, sorry. I apologise.
Yeah, come on.
I apologise.
You'll upset our smackhead listeners.
I apologise to all the wine gum addicts out there, and also the comparing snails and ranking them in order of sexiness. It's just a new hobby, mate. I don't need to elaborate on that. It's just something.
Nah,
I've looked at pictures and I just rank them from a scale. Like, you know, when you meet a person, and I know it's a bit, it's not really a nice thing to do, but you rank them on scale of hotness of what they look like. I don't do that on people because I don't think it's fair. I do that with snails.
right, okay, so you're all for equality in humans, but whatever subcategory snails belong to, yeah, like, sorry,
Yeah,
doesn't
mollusk,
matter, does it?
mollusk category. Nah.
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, but you know, the slimy, the sexy. They've got a bit of a bra going on. Well,
But a
it's called-
bra?
it's a shell, but it looks like a big bra, just one side. I just think the hot stuff.
Hey, you're desperate, yeah?
It's been a while, Bambi. What have you been doing, pal? What have you been up to?
I shouted at Julie. I dismantled a laser. I cleaned the dining room. I drank coffee. I ate dinner. I dug for fossils. I caused an earthquake. I finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Drank some more coffee. Got a bit older. Cut my fingers. Moved stuff. Wet a baby's head. Interviewed Prince Harry. Sent the kids back to school. Searched for wasps. Cleaned up cat sick. Been the one and only. Remembered that the Outie brothers exist. Wished harm on my neighbours. Sung to my cats. Dunked my biscuits in my coffee. Wished harm on Julie, found out Julie was my neighbour, denied knowing Julie, and had a sip of coffee.
Wow. Fuck Julie, eh?
Yeah. Well, you remember Julie, don't you?
Well, Julie was mentioned last week, wasn't she?
Yeah, she works for the solicitors.
How are we doing with that? Is it still all shitted up?
I don't know who Julie is. I can't defend myself.
All right. Well, if you're listening, Julie,
She's not listening.
you turn me on with your big Babylons. That was her, wasn't it? That was Julie. Do you remember? Do you not remember the song? I'm not being
No.
promiscuous there. Julie,
Oh.
I'm in love with my Julie, from my head to my ghoulies. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
All
Not
right.
a clue.
It was an Ali G song, I think.
Oh, okay. Right, I get you.
But yes, it's nice to know what she's up to since the days of Ali G. She's just annoying you, apparently.
That's it. Just sits there, thinks of ways of not being helpful, and just annoys me.
Speaking of weird things that slightly annoy me, I can see myself through the back picture of your house.
Oh, you can see your own reflection in
I
my
can see in your computer.
80s homage picture.
Yeah, I can see myself, and it's putting me off a little bit.
Mate, now you know how everybody else feels.
But it also looks that I'm in the picture. Like,
It is, you're an 80s icon.
I'm an 80s icon. I've known that for a while.
Yeah.
Since the 80s, actually, funnily enough.
No, you're an icon for the over 80s.
Well, at least I've got something going for me, yeah? Bambi, that's an awful lot. You've been busy week.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, you can do two things in a week. You can do lots of things, or you can do nothing. And I chose to do lots.
Good for
And not
you,
not once did I lust after a snail.
No sexy snails for you, but you have been throwing ham at people, so, you know, each to their own.
I didn't throw ham.
Was that not one of your things?
No.
I thought you said you threw ham at someone.
No.
Hello, you're listening to the... Say that again? You're listening to the...
Right, you're listening to what?
No.
Okay, try a little more energy.
Nah.
What the fuck am I talking about, Bambi?
The news.
The news. There's cockroaches in your coffee. Royal family to create new reality show called Replace the Ginger. And man mistakes dad in family WhatsApp group.
Interesting. The PM orders 60 litres of custard. The Queen asks staff to high-five her. And returning school children to have mass morning dance.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. All right, what was your first one?
There's cockroaches in your coffee.
Right.
Did you know this?
I quite like coffee.
There's cockroaches in it, mate. So, Dr. Karan Raj I hope I pronounced his name right there.
I suspect not.
I think I have, actually. I think I did well on it. Shared a video on TikTok to warn that there's a gross link between pre-ground coffee beans and cockroaches. And plenty of viewers have now sworn off the hot drink for life. So let's see what Dr. Karen says. It's not Dr. Karen, by the way. If you're someone who can't make it through the day without a boost of caffeine in the form of coffee, it might be time to look away. So this doctor's been on TikTok and does information videos, issued a gross warning for people who buy pre-ground, that was hard to say, jars of coffee, and people are sworn off the drink. So basically, let's have a look. So yeah, he dropped the bombshell. If you drink the coffee, there's a high chance you're also knocking back some crushed up cockroaches.
I'm guessing they get into the mechanism and get all ground up with the coffee.
Yeah, I think that's it, mate. Yeah, he said pre-ground coffee, like you get in most stores, contains certain ground up cockroaches. A certain percentage of coffee beans become infested with cockroaches and other insects. So yeah, I think it's to do with the machines.
Yeah, I think wherever you have food of any kind in hotter climates, you're going to have cockroaches. I think the same can be said with chocolate.
Yeah.
That there's cockroaches in chocolate as well.
Most food authorities allowed for a certain percentage of bug parts in our food.
Yeah, it's allowed. So we all have it. It's just that when you're aware of it, it's not very nice, is it?
No. Do you know what? In future, Dr. Karen, keep your mouth shut, eh?
See, I'm a proper coffee snob, so I grind my own coffee. So I have to go out and find my own cockroaches just to get the taste right. Go to Starbucks, I'll have if I have a latte, I won't have normal milk. I'm not keen on normal milk. So I'll have soy or, I don't know,
or do you have
banana.
Cockroach milk?
Or, yeah, this is it. And now I'm going to ask
squeeze from the cockroach taste.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want cockroach cream to go with my black coffee.
To be fair, to sell everything else on the menu, I wouldn't be surprised if they did sell bugs styled coffee. I don't know what they're selling. Starbucks. I don't drink it. I've never been in there in my life, so I don't know what goes on in there. Some fancy, dancy. I either drink coffee or don't.
Right. Good shout. Drink it or don't. Walk across the road or don't. Eat bananas or don't.
Yeah.
Open your eyes or don't. There's options for everything.
Don't go in a shop and ask for a 3 times lightly roasted frappuccino. I don't know what you're talking about.
Clearly.
What's a frappuccino?
It's one of them, innit? It's a drink with frap.
See, you don't know yourself, so...
No, because I've never ordered one.
It proves that I think they're just making it up. It's a con.
Absolute cons.
It's just full of cockroaches. Anyway, what was your first story?
Okay, sorry. The PM orders 60 litres of custard. England's leader and potato sack full of cow muck has reportedly ordered 60 litres of pre-made custard, and no one knows or cares why. That's what happened. So, yeah, he has ordered 60 litres of custard. Not the powdered stuff, the stuff that's pre-made. I don't think he's going for the tins. I think he's going for the cartons, which are a litre each.
They taste better as well.
Oh, they do. Everything that makes less effort from yourself tastes better. 60 of those big cartons, litre ones, and no one has questioned it. Now, the question I have is not why he's ordered it, because I know why. Because it's absolutely delicious, and it's what he uses to style his hair.
That's a good shout, yeah.
But who's paying for it? That's the important thing.
Taxpayers.
Is it the taxpayers' money, or has he done a Go Fund My Custard Habit, your plebs account?
I'm pretty sure when they did the budget meeting,
was it in there? Was there a custard allowance?
It was called the custard cut.
Ah, right. Okay.
There was a, and it is important. I'm pretty sure he also just pours litres down his trousers.
And runs around with custardy trousers.
He looks like the type. Sorry, what was you saying?
Not trousers that are under arrest or in custody, but just full of custard.
Yeah, he looks like the type who runs around with custard in his pants, right?
He absolutely is, isn't he? He is a custard runner dickhead.
Yeah.
A custard running dickhead.
He's a custard clown.
Absolutely. He's not a clown. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's fooling us all with his stupid look.
Yeah, and he's custard in his pants.
Absolute moron. Custard clown dickhead.
I was going to get him on as a guest next week.
Oh, please do. I will pay for all his custard.
Give me all your custard, you clown.
What was your second headline and story?
So the royal family is to create a new reality TV show.
How exciting.
Called Replace the Ginger.
Right.
I know that's a little bit, derogative towards gingers as a community, ginger people, like ginger-haired people. It's the best way to describe it.
Right.
But I think what they're doing is, I think it's pretty obvious they're trying to replace Prince Harry.
Yeah,
they're trying to do it on the sneak, even though it's on national telly.
I was going to say sneaky by making it national television.
Yeah, they probably should rethink the name, but it's what they've chosen.
Right.
So basically, they're going to do this X Factor style competition where they come on. They're not going to sing or show off any talents, but they've got to prove some attributes to be a prince. So they've got to be posh. So they've got to speak with a bit of eloquence. They've got to have a bit of wealth behind them. They've got to have an extremely attractive wife. They've got to do some charity work. They've got to be a nice person as well. And they're going to do it like a series of tasks to prove their worth. And then at the end, no matter what the name is, they're going to be renamed Harry. And they're just going to go on like nothing's happened.
And just replace Harry.
And they're just going to replace Harry. Maybe they should call the show Replace Harry, but they've gone with Replace the Ginger, and I don't know why.
I think they might rename it because it hasn't gone live yet, has it?
No.
We'll send them our feedback.
It's just in pre-production.
Yeah, we'll send them our feedback and let them know what we think. And I think they'll change the name to Replacing Harry. And I think that appeals to more people than replace that.
Isn't that confusing, though?
No.
I think it is because when people are looking for applications of the show, they'll think they can only apply if their name is Harry. Whereas if it was... Whereas ginger-haired people would know, okay, that's who they require.
No, but by saying... If you're arguing that replacing Harry means only Harrys can apply, does that mean...
No, I'm saying people might get confused by that.
Oh, I'm confused.
See? So maybe they should stick to the original title.
I don't know. I'll let them know. I'll get on to them. What channel's doing it?
5.
Right, okay, I'll ring them up now. Beep, 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 beep. Hello, Channel 5. For those who can't see us, which is all of you, I'm actually got my mobile. I'm going full acting here. Yeah. Hello, Channel 5. We just had some thoughts on your name of... what was it? Replace that ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that. We think...
Well,
maybe consider replacing Harry, and then you can have an after show as well. Do you know, like the after one, and it could just be Harry Schmarry or something.
That's terrible, Bambi.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No. Well, that one's a thinker. Okay. Thank you, Channel 5. Bye. So.
What did they say?
Nothing. There was. It was an answer machine.
I was going to say you didn't phone, did you?
No. Move on.
Okay, what was your next one?
Okay, it's another royal story. The Queen asks staff to high-five her. Okay, the Queen has asked her many staff to stop with the curtsy and bowing crap and just throw her a high five. Piers Morgan, breakfast TV host and collection of the nation's fear essence, has been quoted as saying, "That's bang out of order, mate." So he's not happy with that. He likes tradition.
Well, he's never happy about anything, is he?
He's not. So yeah, the Queen's all up for high fives. Obviously, after the pandemic has ended, she's not wanting to spread anything, but she wants high fives in the halls of the Queen House.
I heard originally her plan, it was shot down on the grounds of sexual harassment, But
Right.
originally, she wanted people to greet her by slapping her bum.
Ah, right. I think.
And she was going to go around slapping other bums, but HR got involved and was like, "Nah, that's gonna go too many legal routes."
Right. Okay. And that is an issue, isn't it?
You
don't
can't
want. You don't
slap the Queen's ass, can you?
No, that's just not protocol.
All right, Liz, schmack.
Yeah. Nah. I'd try it.
Yeah, but
I'd
there's
tap
always.
it. Yeah.
Have you ever accidentally hit someone, like tap someone in the bum?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you've got the placement wrong, and you've accidentally gone a bit of the undercarriage as well.
Oh no. When I'm.
You don't want to
someone's...
accidentally.
No.
I'm not going to say it. You don't
No.
accidentally
want to do that.
Finger the Queen.
No. Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
No, it's not me
Stop
saying
it.
It's not me saying it.
It is, isn't it? By that whole defense of I was gonna say, but I'm not, and then saying something offensive, or no offense, but and then saying something offensive. It doesn't fly with me, boy.
No, my example is I shouldn't have said it. But my example is like genuinely, have you ever slapped someone's bum and accidentally cupped some of the undercarriage?
No, I haven't.
What was that?
I have no idea. What was it?
Oh, actually, I do. It was the Daft Hour werewolf.
Yeah, the
See?
Queen would prefer a high five, but Piers Morgan disagrees. But you know what, Piers? Go jump. It's up to the Queen. Liz can do what Liz wants.
I actually quite like high five as a greeting. I think it is more fun. Like handshakes and stuff, it's a bit formal. Someone's always got a stronger hand than others, and it's a bit awkward.
Oh, then you meet the odd Mason who does a weird little handshake to see if you're a Mason too.
Yeah,
I know one of them.
People have their own like weird stuff, don't they? But high five. It's simple. Everyone should have the same force of power as well. I think
no one high tens anymore.
No one high tens.
No, I've not seen a single high ten in many a year.
Maybe hashtag bring back the high 10.
Yeah, let's do it.
That. For anyone listening out there, start the trend. Hashtag bring back the high 10.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, what's next?
My last one, Bambi. Man mistakes dad in family WhatsApp group. So this is a story about a man whose his story's been shared on the internet. Basically, he had a family WhatsApp group. And he was talking to someone for 6 months in this family WhatsApp group that he presumed was his dad. And it turned out it wasn't his dad. It was just someone with the same name that he'd accidentally added to the group. and this bloke has been confused for 6 months, but didn't question it. So there's been a
politeness.
lot of... Yeah, so I'll go into it a bit more. So it's saying... what's his name? So he explained that setting up the group, his dad would often call to ask about things he'd already discussed. So that's a red flag straight away. Saying, to which I'd say, Dad, you're in the WhatsApp group, you're reading the messages. And he'd say, am I? And I just put it down to him being old. When the group was created, he realised he added Peter, his dad name, to the group rather than the person saved in his contacts as dad. But he still didn't put two and two together and said it might have carried on for literally years if his sister hadn't asked if he could add their dad to the group as well. And it dawned on him that it was not his dad's number. Let me scroll down.
It's amazing.
It turns out the man he'd been addressing as his dad for half a year was in fact a plumber named Peter who visited his flat to fix the washing machine in December 2013. Why? I don't know why he still got one person's number from 2013.
In case
his washing machine breaks again.
Yeah, or poop flies out of the toilet.
I guess after a while, the moment for fake dad Peter to pipe up to let us know we'd got the wrong Peter had passed. So he just accepted the role as our new dad.
I hope he gave him advice when he asked for it.
In response to questions commenting on the viral tweet, he explained that he was never suspected his dad's silence, as he'd never been a chat room person. And sadly, it all ended abruptly for Peter the plumber, who after 6 months of loyalty was kicked out of the group in a panic when their mistake was realised. They shouldn't have kicked him out. They should have kept him in.
Yeah.
It said, but now I feel bad for fake dad Peter and hope he enjoyed reading my mum's messages about how she thought that Coldplay's album was called A Cold Hard Blow to the Head. So yeah, I like how fake Peter Dad just went along with it for 6 months.
That is just weird. I mean, have you ever had that kind of mistaken identity that you don't have the heart to fix?
Not on that level. Like, there was a person who kept calling me by the wrong name.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Similar to that episode that Chandler has in Friends, but it didn't go on for that long. I think I only met him twice, and I thought, nah, I'm just not going to correct him at this point.
I've had someone talk to someone who thought was me in person. Not a name problem, an identity problem. A doppelganger of I. So, like, someone talked to him for half an hour thinking it was me.
Wow. Why did they go along with it for half an hour?
I don't know. Maybe that other guy was just super polite. But I've seen a picture of this other guy in a nightclub that I definitely wasn't at. And if I knew I wasn't there, I would have said it was me in the photo.
I'd have thought I was there.
Yeah. If I knew I wasn't, if I hadn't had an alibi, I would have thought it was me.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very weird. But no, not to that extent. But maybe fake Peter was just a bit lonely and just wanted, like, to feel a part of a family, maybe?
Maybe his family left him.
Oh,
Something cheery to think about.
Maybe he got kicked out of his own family WhatsApp. And now he's been kicked out of his new family WhatsApp. And Peter, if you're listening, Peter, come
join our family. Yeah.
You can join you can be my fake dad for 6 months. That's what I mean.
Yeah, sounds good.
What was your last story, Bambi?
Oh, say, returning school children have mass morning dance. So, Secretary of State for Education, Gavin Williamson, has informed local authorities that returning school children must have a morning dance or movement session to start the day. Much like some workers in China use Tai Chi to start the day, school children will be required to do the same. The dance or movement will be led by the nation's favourite sexy stand-in PE teacher, Joe Wicks. So it's a continuation, really, of what happened during early lockdown when the kids weren't getting exercise. So Joe Wicks did an exercise program for them. So basically, I think this is now going to carry on. I don't know what age groups this is. It might be all school children, so that's going to be interesting.
I think it'd be younger kids, surely.
Very possibly. But they're going to start the day with a bit of exercise. Hopefully...
not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Do you know schools in Asia do this anyway? I've seen videos of schools in Asia where they're all outside doing like exercising and warm-ups before they go into the classroom for the day. And I think, yeah, why not? As long as the weather's okay, or if they've got room inside, I think it's a good idea. Keeps them active. Why not?
Why not, indeed? So that was the news.
Snooze.
So, let me ask you, you had 3 headlines. Were any of them fake? Read me them again and let me decide.
It's up to you, Bambi.
Yeah, read just the headlines again.
No. Let's have a look. There's cockroaches in your coffee.
True.
Royal family to create a new reality show.
I wish it was true. False.
And my mistakes in family WhatsApp group. The thing is, it's pretty obvious which ones are true and false because you can see me reading the news articles
and see you making up the other ones.
And you can see my mind racing when I'm making them up. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 2 true, 1 false. Okay, I'll read you mine and you tell me what you think is true and false. PM orders 60 litres of custard.
False.
That's right. Okay. The Queen asks staff to high five her.
False.
Okay. Returning school children to have mass morning dance.
True.
No, they were all false. But I so wish they were true. But it's not a bad idea for the school children thing.
Yeah,
but
you threw me off for a loop because it wasn't that strange of a story.
Well, and I used real names, you see. I actually looked up some facts.
You didn't just sit there like me and go, oh, what made me laugh? You actually did some research, Bambi, you clever Bambi.
I did.
Who's a clever Bambi?
That's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm the clever Bambi.
Who's a clever Bambi?
I am.
That was the news.
That was the news.
This is a public service announcement. From this day forth, all refuse and recycling shall be collected once every 3 months by an octopus or a bear in a high-vis jacket. Thank you.
So this is a segment of the show called Morgan Has Questions. So in this segment of the show, I usually ask some questions, stuff that's been bothering me, or just some questions I'd like to hear Bambi come up with some answers for, really.
Here we go.
So, my first question for today is, Bambi, what is the sexiest name in the world?
Donna Kebab. Donna Kebab.
Donna,
Super
Donna,
sexy.
Donna sexy. What about Babs?
Is that because I said kebab? Is your imagination that lacking that you just went with some sounds from a word I've just said?
I was thinking of boobies and then Babs, and then I went to Babs.
Wow. Okay. Bring
But I was
down
also
the
thinking
tone.
of Barbara Windsor, and she did a lot of the sexy stuff back in the day, didn't she?
She did. And what was she known for as well?
Boobies.
There you go. We get back to the point with you.
Yeah. Maybe Dolly.
Dolly.
Parton.
Dolly Parton or Dolly the sheep, the first cloned sheep.
One sexy sheep.
Well, indeed, you're rating snails. So what is your sheep other than a bigger, furrier snail?
It's a snail in wool,
In drag.
isn't it? That's all it
In
is.
wool, yeah.
It's a snail in drag. Okay, if you could morph two animals together, what would they be?
Snail and sheep, obviously, because we've just been talking about them. So what would happen is you'd have a snail's body, and instead of a shell, you'd have sheep's wool. But like obviously you get a snail trail, the wool would mop up its own trail.
Right.
So you wouldn't have a problem. But it's going to be the size of a sheep.
Okay.
I think that'd be quite a frightening creature to have coming at you.
Yeah, well, that's.
But it'd be really slow. It'd be really slow. But I don't know what noise it makes, because obviously sheep has a distinct noise. I don't know if that's made by its sheepness or its wool. So, but a snail doesn't have what noise does a snail make?
It might be a bar, but more like a slimy bar. So it might be
like
yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. I've made a mistake in my choices.
I'm going with a lion's body.
Yeah.
But with a normal cat's head.
Like so. Okay, interesting. So
it's
you're
the
going
size
with
of a cat's head, but on a lion's body.
So it's a normal cat head on a normal lion body.
Yeah, it just looks funny, wouldn't it?
A big feline with a teeny feline head.
With a small cat's head.
So lioness or lion?
Lion, like with the mane and everything.
So does it have a big mane?
Yeah.
And a tiny head?
Just peeking out this mane.
Right. That's interesting. So you've been relatively unimaginative with mixing two animals. However,
can you stop saying I've got no imagination and everything I say, please?
It's funny. Response.
It's a funny response. Think about it, Bambi. It's funny.
It is, and I was about to get to that, but you got all defensive. You got all defensive.
Because every question's unimaginative.
Right. Have you got another one?
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone's home?
Oh, this is an interesting one. You answer whilst I try to think.
So the weirdest thing I've ever seen, I was doing a home visit for the work that I do. And when I went in, it was like an elderly couple, and they had like a younger daughter who lived there. And in the front room was just loads of Greek statues of naked people. And I mean, one would be fine, so you'd think it was like an art piece, but it was literally like 30 of these all around in the same room. So it kind of looked like, I don't know what was going on. It looked like you'd walked into some art piece in a gallery or a museum. I don't know, it was strange, very odd. Just loads of ceramic boobs and cut off heads everywhere. It was weird.
So you actually influenced me on my answer then. So I went to a guy's house. He wanted me to do some film work for him, some filming work. And he had a house in a normal estate, in a normal kind of house, semi-detached, 3-bedroom house. Just pretty average. Not in a particularly affluent area. It was a little bit rough.
Yeah.
And we got into his house, and I've got my suspicions about this guy. He drives a rather smart car, and then I find out where he lives and say, okay, this is interesting. Like
Doesn't
the car,
add up.
this car is beyond what your area of living might be, but you can't judge because that might be his whole thing.
Yeah,
his
but
car.
some people spend more money on cars than the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I walk into the house. I'm greeted by their front entrance, which is a bright white carpet. So immediately you've got to take my shoes off. Bright white, hall, stairs, and landing.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you're asking for trouble there, surely. Like, you're going to spill tea going up those stairs, aren't you?
You're just asking for trouble, yeah.
You are. And then I hang a right into his front room. And it's an average front room, 3 by 4 meters, I would say. And he has a marble effect wall covering with a water feature in the wall. So, like, like you get the little gargoyles that spit out water?
Yeah.
This is sunk into the wall.
What?
And he has the Roman pillars at the side, like half pillars at the sides of the wall, like it's
So
holding
weird.
up the building. And that was the oddest thing. It was just like, this is just so weird.
That's obviously something they built because that won't have been
Yeah.
in the house when they
I
bought
don't
the
think
house.
they moved into that, no.
Yeah.
I think that's a very deliberate choice, and it's definitely not one I would make.
No.
And I questioned a little further, what is your profession? And I never really got an
Cult
answer.
leader?
Yeah.
Museum?
I was thinking more drug dealer, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, right. Okay, you went that route.
I did. That's what I thought. And so I obviously made a very good job of the filming task he asked me to do. So that
Got
was
out as
fun.
quick as you can.
So that was the weirdest thing. Weirdest thing in a
right.
house.
Very,
That
very
and when I was briefly fitting carpets, I walked into a guy's house. I was helping a carpet fitter. Walked into a guy's house, and there was his old carpet on the floor still, with bumps all over it. And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he said, "Oh, can you help take the old carpet up?" I was like, "Okay." So we picked up the carpet, and there was another carpet underneath it, and the bumps were dog poo that he just covered with his carpet.
Oh, dirty bastard.
And then he expected us to fit another carpet. I was like, nah,
Why
we're
would
not
you
going to be
cover-
doing that
Why would you cover dog poop in?
carpet. And then get another one to fit. I don't know how far up he was going to go. Like, just keep covering it up.
I bet it's stinking.
So 2 extremes there. A very, very nice house and a poopy house.
There was an ice cream van that went past you there, wasn't there?
There was, sorry, Mr. Whippy.
No, you don't have to apologise. It's just.
No, I'm sorry that I can't go and get one.
All right, you're apologising because you
I'm
can't.
apologising to him because I normally make his sundae. Because he makes me a sundae
Yeah.
the size of a house.
So, last question, Bambi. If you had
Yeah.
to replace your hands with something other than hands, hooks, or claws,
Yeah.
what would you choose?
Okay, I would have one hand as a mobile phone.
Okay.
And the other hand as a spatula.
Spatula's good.
Yep.
Cool. I think mine would be one hand would be a saw,
Right?
an electric saw,
Electric, of course. Where is it always plugged in?
a chainsaw.
Ooh,
No,
crikey.
it's connected to the wiring of my body. That's
Right, yes.
It's powered through my own genetics. And the second one is a cheese grater.
So yours are both quite vicious things. Mine, like, you're attacking people with these
No,
implements.
I just like cheese and
So you like it either finely grated
getting out
or
of
mushed up
traps.
with a chainsaw.
I just like cheese or getting out of traps.
How often do you find yourself in traps? Or are
Cheese-related traps.
Are you a little mouse that gets experimented on in a maze to find the cheese? Is that what it is?
That's a good analogy in my life, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. I like your answer. So yours is. I'm sorry, it's violence based. Mine is food based. So I've got a spatula so I can flip a burger, and I've got a phone so I can phone for a burger.
takeaways. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. That's all I needed to know this week. That was Morgan House questions.
I'm good. Your questions are very valid. Let's play some adverts from our sponsors.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom. What's for dinner?
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
When your kids are hungry, all you need is
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
For every and any busy mother out there, just use
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Hey Morgan, this advert is just for you. You know how you love plush goulash and especially their song Bride of Chucky? Well, I have a treat for you. Have a listen to this instead.
Chopped tomato is my life. Chopped tomato is my wife. Chopped tomato is my game. Chopped tomato is so lame. Chopped tomato is so fruity. Chopped tomato is too juicy. Chopped tomato is so tired. Chopped tomato, you are fired. Everybody want to go to the party. Everybody want to sing and be hearty. Everybody want to just get laid. Everybody want to just get paid. Everybody want to run and dance. And everybody want to take off their pants. Everybody want tomato as friend. Nobody wants to be his friend. Chopped tomato.
Is that better, Morgan? Well, is it? I think not. Buy Morgan's chopped tomatoes nowhere.
Chopped tomato is my beard.
Are normal portion sizes just not enough? Do you have a big appetite? Do you have your own gravitational pull? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need professional help. Why not roll on down to Bobo's Diner and Soft Play? You can choose from our vast menu of culinary delights, all served on a bed of all the cheese, smothered in cascades of battered gravy and a trough of chips. Why not check out our special offers, including our bottomless pints of syrup with bacon bits and cream? This week only, anyone over 25 stone can eat for free and take home a doggy bag. And remember to enter into our all-you-can-eat Chubby Bub's Tub of Grub contest, held on the last Friday of every week. This week's challenge includes 3 troughs of chips, half a cow cooked in Bobo's butter sauce served on a trough of chips, 3 more troughs of chips, a trough of chips, and a life-size statue of Bobo himself made from mincemeat, chocolate, and sweetbreads. All washed down with 1 gallon of lard and Jelly Baby smoothie. 3rd place receives a trough of chips, 2nd place receives a mobility scooter, and our winner receives a triple heart bypass and our special Bobo badge, which reads, "I've eaten more than my body weight in utter muck, and my cholesterol is fairly high." Bobo's Diner and Soft Play on Linthorpe Road, Middlesbrough. You know where it is.
Isn't that fun?
It was, yeah, that sounded great.
Oh, that second one though. What a great sponsor.
Oh, the best.
You know, one day when we're making it big, we'll get real adverts.
I'm setting up for fall here because I don't know what them adverts were. Let's be perfectly honest. I don't know what they were. I think they're going to be edited in later. Let's break the fourth wall here, Bambi, and there's a reason.
Oh my word.
So, because that second advert that you could have made me agree on, that was good, could be some sort of like plush, ghoulish, hellish delight that you try to trick me with. It could be. Let's be honest. It could be Bride of Chucky, and I could have said, "Oh yeah, that was my favorite advert," not knowing what it was. You could set me up with this.
I would do no such thing.
I know what you like, Bambi.
It hadn't remotely entered my head to set you up, but obviously now I've got the words you've just said. I like Bride of Chucky. I could edit them together, and make you say that now. I
feel like you only do this show to wind me up. This is that's the whole purpose of you doing this show. It's just
you don't know about the secret section winding up Morgan. That's actually the whole show.
Yeah.
Dislike of the week.
You go first.
Okay. I'm going to be short with this. It's going to be very, very abrupt with it, Bambi. I dislike something,
Okay.
and it's schools.
Oh dear. Well,
I hate them.
maybe.
I hate the people that are in them. I hate
Yeah.
kids. I hate
Yeah.
teachers.
Yeah.
I hate the rules. I hate the bosses. I think they're all a pack of twats.
Okay. Well,
And it's not.
maybe
It's not. It's not a personal feeling or anything.
it's kind of come across as quite personal.
No,
And
it's just
it's-
something I feel.
That you personally feel.
Yeah, I just don't like.
So-
it.
It's very personal.
No, it's not personal.
It's not personal, but.
But
Okay, so you dislike schools, teachers, students.
the whole lot, the whole umbrella, the
dinner
whole
ladies.
education.
The dinner. Are they called dinner ladies? Dinner assistants?
Did I ever tell you about the dinner lady I had in school?
No, you didn't.
Okay, I don't know if I've discussed this. I feel like I've discussed this on the Daft Hour previously. If I have, I apologise, but I'm going to retell the story. So, when I was at school, there was a lady who didn't wear a bra, okay, and she
Right.
had, let's just say, she had saggy breasts.
Let's.
No, let's say it because it's true, okay? So she had saggy breasts, and when I ordered a chip butty splash, you would would always get an extra splash because a boob would always fall in the gravy.
Wow. Okay.
And
That's-
it became commonplace in school that this one dinner lady with the droopy boobs, you tried to avoid getting served by her because, well, let's be honest, she had gravy tits.
Right. Okay.
And that's not why I dislike schools. It just became in my head.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
What about you, Bambi?
Dislike of the week.
I dislike the English language. Words that are spelt the same with two different sounds or meanings. As a dyslexic person, I struggle. So, I'll give you a couple of examples. Live, I was at a live gig. Live, I live in a house. Same spelling. So, bow, I play the violin with a bow. Bow, I bow for the Queen. There you, sewer, the sewer takes my shit away. Sewer, the sewer fixed my shirt that I ripped off in a fat panic. Drawer, can you open that drawer and get me a Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Drawer, a mate of mine made this picture of me. He's a drawer.
Yeah.
Minute, I'll just be a minute. Minute, that baby's first poo was minute.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on. It's ridiculous. Same spelling,
No.
different sound, different meaning.
So obviously I've been learning stuff about English recently. I can speak it and I know how to write it as well. I've just been doing a course recently in English and how to teach it to foreign students. Okay.
Ah, yes.
And this does come up a lot, really, about the
Does that make you
differences.
a teacher?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, I understand. It must be difficult as a dyslexic person. As funny as it is sometimes to mock that procedure.
Procedure. Yep, I've got a dyslexic procedure.
Yep. No, I do understand. And also English is the most difficult language to learn. Because of that reason, because words have different meanings, it must be an absolute nightmare to learn English.
Yeah, the list is
It's one of the most. It's one of the most difficult. I don't know if it is the most difficult. I'd imagine Mandarin's quite difficult. Do you know where people can find us on the socials?
On the socials, that's right, thank you.
All right, that's what you're going with this week. Okay.
Yeah.
So people can find us on Twitter at Daft Hour. You can find us on Facebook /The Daft Hour. You can email us at thedaftour@gmail.com. You can also find us on YouTube at The Daft Hour. If you would like to, maybe you have your own Morgan has questions. A question for Morgan.
Oh,
A question for Bambi. Something that you
Yeah.
would like to ask us, please message us on either of them platforms. If you're on Twitter, hashtag the Daft Hours so we can see your question. Maybe you have a dislike or a like of the week. Maybe you have a funny news story or would just like to make a comment about how we sound. Whatever you like.
Maybe you want to write our content for us. That would be amazing.
Maybe you like to come on the Daft Hour. Maybe you would like me to send you nude pictures of Bambi to your home. Whatever it is.
Nobody wants that.
Whatever it is, you can find us all on the socials there. So, Bambi, name that show. Did we have a name for this show today?
We only had, I think, 100% Dildo.
Should we go with that, or was there anything else that took your fancy?
I quite like 100% Dildo.
Okay. So, the name of today's show is
100%
Dildo. I think it's been a good show. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for listening on either of your podcasts. You can find us on Podbean, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, and all other good podcast platforms out there. Remember, everybody, stay daft.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
If you feel like you need some fun, if you're feeling like you need to laugh at everyone,
The Daft Hour.